Welcome to the Everything is Rosie podcast. I'm Rosie. I'm a holistic healer, a herbalist, and a health coach, and I am so glad you're here. Lately, I've been thinking a lot about my childhood. I keep getting these weird little memories and flashbacks pop into my brain about 7-year-old Rosie and 5-year-old Rosie and 10-year-old Rosie. But the weird thing about all of these memories and these almost little visions I've been having is they're all from me being in the garden. I grew up in Australia, and I remember in our backyard we had this massive gum tree. It was anciently old. And underneath the gum tree, my mum had herb gardens. And I'm pretty sure she grew other veggies and stuff too. I think I remember carrots at one stage. I don't know, I was probably too young to remember. But weirdly enough, I do remember the herbs. And in particular, I remember picking the herbs and it being almost like this overwhelming kind of overstimulating experience whenever I would pick them. It was such an immersive experience for me. I remember picking the herbs and almost being able to smell every drop of essential oil coming out of it and feeling the feeling of the plant touching my skin. You know how with some plants, especially mints, they have those little, I don't know what they're called, almost little fingers on the outside of the leaf, and they kind of catch on your skin. I remember that so vividly and being so confused by why it was sticking and catching to my skin. I have to be honest here, probably part of the reason why it felt like such a thrilling experience was because I was not supposed to be picking those herbs. These were my mum's herbs. She had probably been growing them for some special dinner she had planned, and there I was grabbing handfuls and probably ripping them out from the roots to try and make some sort of fairy potion or add them to my fort. But the idea that everything was so special and thrilling and overstimulating, I think also just comes with the fact that I was a kid. When we're younger, everything is new and fresh and vibrant, and our little brains are trying to absorb as much as we can of the world around us. And it's so weird because I feel as we grow up, we kind of lose our ability to have that curiosity when we experience new things. We lose that sense of awe and wonder when we're looking at nature. And I honestly think that's a little bit of a shame, and I've had to start questioning myself lately. How many beautiful things am I missing out on because I label them as mundane, or because I'm focused on the, in quotation marks, the bigger things? When did I start looking out into creation, into nature, out my bedroom window, and when did I start seeing a flower for just a flower, or a cloud for just a cloud? I remember being a kid and being able to look at every detail around me, take in everything all at once, and be so in love with what was around me, and so curious about how it came to be and how it may change. These are the kind of thought processes that I really want to start training myself to kind of get back into the habit of thinking. But the awesome news is that we can actually change our minds. We can shift our mindsets. We can become more intentional, and we can become more inquisitive of the world around us if we try. Something in particular that I've been practicing doing is just carving out a bit of time each day to ask myself, I wonder why. And then you can apply that to anything that you want to, really. You can have a bit of fun with it. One kind of exercise that I've been doing, not even an exercise, I'm not even going to label it as that. It's just something fun I like to do, just to get a bit more curious and to start thinking outside the box a little bit. Anyways, I'll go to a cafe, I'll grab a coffee, I'll sit somewhere by the window, and I'll just watch people who walk by, and I'll ask myself the question, I wonder why. I wonder why she's walking so fast. I wonder why she picked those shoes. I wonder where she's going. I wonder. Ask yourself the question, the beautiful, open-ended question of I wonder, and just see where it takes you. Whether you believe it or not, you have an incredibly powerful imagination. It is capable of thinking up some pretty wacky and fun and gorgeous ideas. Maybe your imagination is a little bit rusty at the moment. Maybe it hasn't been used in a while. But like I said before, these things can be trained, they can be practiced. And I believe it's actually one of the most valuable things we can have is a good imagination. So I hope with what I'm deeming as a little bit of a Rosie reflection will give you a chance to also do a little bit of a reflection on your own life. Maybe back to a time where you were younger and everything seemed to be more fascinating. When you used to ask yourself, I wonder, more often. Go ahead, ask it today. Ask it right now. Look around your room or wherever you are right now and find something that you would usually just skim over and ask yourself, I wonder. Think deeply. It's okay to let your mind go to places maybe it's never been before. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I've loved having you listen along. I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye for now.